Here's a different kind of video for you today. I'm going to do a quick video on how to make YouTube videos. Now, why am I doing this? I'm not the expert, I'm not the guru on YouTube. There are people out there who have a lot more views than I do. But I have a lot of pals who want to start doing videos or have maybe started doing videos in the past. A lot of them get discouraged because they don't get tons of views and say, you know what, screw this, someone's watching me, I don't want to do this anymore. And then others want to get started and want to do it right, or maybe do it in an effective way. And I don't know if I do it the right way, but my way is relatively effective. I mean, the only mobile DJ out there who has more views than I do would be Jonathan, and he's insane. And people love to watch a nutter. And I understand that, but I'm not that guy. I just want to teach you guys about DJing and product and things like that. So we're different in that way, and I've made that, I guess, sacrifice on who actually watches me. But I feel like the people who watch me are the right people. I feel like the people who watch me are interested in learning something, they're interested in product, they're interested in becoming better DJs, and not necessarily kind of looking for like a comedy sketch. So here are some of the things that I did. I'm just going to share them with you, and then I'm going to show you a video that I shot this morning. Kind of, you can see what my pacing's like and things like that. This video may not have good pacing at all. First of all, I don't make my videos too long. You do not want to make a marathon long 25-minute YouTube video. In fact, I keep them under 10 minutes. I think it's a shame that they let you go over 10 minutes anymore, because a lot of people take advantage of that and they don't really say anything in over 10 minutes. Or sometimes people take 10 minutes to say something that they could have said in 2 minutes. People generally have short attention spans. There used to be a channel called Comedy Channel before Comedy Central came along, and what they did was they had a show called Short Attention Span Theater. And it was comedy clips, and only the funniest jokes from the funniest comedians. So it was great to watch. It cut all the fat out. You just got the best jokes. And that show did really well. And I think that that's why YouTube videos do well, because they're supposed to be kind of quick and to the point. So I do that. I make my videos as short as possible. Try to keep them under 10. Usually try to keep them under 5 if possible. Some of them are a minute and a half long, and I say a lot in a minute and a half, and I get the point across. Another thing I do, I try to watch my speech. Now, since my stroke, my speech is kind of weird. I will screw up words here and there. I try not to say things like If you're stuck on what to say next, there's nothing wrong with a pause. There's nothing wrong with an edit in your video as well, or shooting it again. Avoid the and try to speak clearly and loud. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos lately, great information, but I can barely hear the person talking to me. Make sure that whoever is watching your video can hear what you have to say, because nothing sucks more than cranking up your speakers and hearing tons of hiss and barely hearing a voice. Make sure they can hear you. Speak up. Get a microphone if you have a quiet voice, if you have to, and plug it into your camera. It's worth it. Another thing I do, I try not to make the videos about me so much. I try to make them informative. A lot of people like to put their name, like DJ so-and-so, presents. I don't know if people appreciate that. It looks like more of a promo for you instead of an informative video for the viewer. So I don't do that. Very seldom do I put BSR or Brian Red in the title of a video, unless it's something personal that I want to share with you. But in general, on a product or a gig log or a concept, I don't do it. So I shot this video this morning. I don't even know how the pacing is. I could have done it a lot faster if I had 2 hands. But I had to do a lot of physical stuff in it. Here, check it out. I've had several people ask me, how do I hook my scrim onto my speaker stands or tripods, or how do I hang lights from trussing? I use this little guy right here. This is the American DJ O clamp. It's not very expensive, well under 20 bucks at most DJ retailers. This is the 1.5 inch variety, but I believe it also comes in 1 inch and 2 inch depending on what size truss you have. But like this light tree back here, this is 1.5 inch. That's what most people have, and also this T-bar you see above. Let me show you a few cool ways that you can use this clamp. Let's see if we can hang up this Micro Galaxian Royale. First of all, take a look at our O clamp. You'll notice there's a wing nut and a washer on a bolt sticking out of the side of it. Remove the wing nut and the washer. Okay. Now on the Micro Galaxian Royale, there's a double yoke, and the reason we have a double yoke is so you can use this on a tabletop and kind of aim it wherever you want. But what we want to do is hang it upside down on a truss today. So if you notice, there are 2 brackets here. One's a little longer than the other. Let's take the shortest one and kind of get it out of our way. Let's work with the longer one. Now this will take me a minute, but here, take the bolt sticking out of the side of the O clamp, put it through the hole on top of the bracket on the Micro Galaxian Royale. Take your washer, stick it on here, and then We'll kind of back that up a little bit. Just makes it easier for me because I'm the one-handed guy. There we go. Then you take your wing nut and you stick it on this bolt. And there you go. You'll notice there's another little wing nut thing on the O-clamp. Well, what you do is you loosen that bit up, like so. Let it fall out of the way, and it allows you to separate your clamp. So with your clamp separated, all you have to do is wrap it around whatever type of T-bar or trussing or speaker stand you want to. Tighten this wing nut down. And this light isn't going to go anywhere. Now here's something really cool I want to show you. Not only can you hang a light like this from a T-bar or a speaker stand or a light tree or a trussing system, you don't have to hang it down like this. This thing grips so good, you can actually push it up this direction. You can make your light go straight out if you want to. Like that. Or alternately, if you want your light to be sticking up this direction, you can absolutely do that. Great grip on these clamps, and that's why I like them. Some of the other clamps, they scratch your hardware up and everything else, and they don't hold that good. Not a problem with this. It's going to keep all your T-bars looking nice and clean, and it's a good grip, and it lasts a long time. Most speakers these days, especially the powered ones, have little fly points on top of them. They're for hanging the speakers from ceilings. But if you want to get creative, you can take a washer like this, put it on top of the fly point, take your O-clamp, the bolt fits perfect in the fly point. Give it a couple twists, you can start getting creative with your light show. We just took a 1.5-inch T-bar and hooked it onto the top of the speaker, so now we can run lights literally off our speakers. You only need your speaker stands, no light trees, just a simple T-bar and an O-clamp. So there you go. If you've got one of these clamps and you use it in a way we didn't show in this video, let us know what that way is. Questions and comments, as always, right down here in the comment section. I'll do my best to get to them. Practice and enjoy. Alright, so that's not the best example of my work ever, but it's a sample of my work, and I want to point a few things out about it. It's not the shortest video I've ever done, but it's not the longest. I felt like I needed to take that much time to get that information in the video. Could I have consolidated it a little bit? Maybe. It's a little hard with one hand to operate an O-clamp. I really could have picked up the pace a lot if I had two hands, but I don't. And I think that I got my point across okay. And I don't think I bored anybody in that video. I may have, but I don't think I did. Another thing I did in that video is I talked about the O-clamp. I didn't talk about 75 other different things, and title the video Tips from the BSR, because people will do that. They'll have a lot of good information, and there'll be tips from DJ Frankie. And they'll talk about an O-clamp, they'll talk about the best way to do a wedding, all kinds of great information, but the problem with it is that no one's going to search for that, and no one's going to sit through a bunch of other stuff they don't care about to get to the bit they want to hear about. So that's a tip too. If you're doing videos like that, marathon, 20-minute long videos with all this information in it that people just can't even absorb at once, break that down into 75 different videos. Short and concise and to the point, and I think you get more viewers. So that's it for today. If you've got questions on this, if I could do more, expand on it, I'd be happy to. But I've got to turn the camera off because my family is beating on the floor or something up there, and I don't like that in my videos, and I got stuff to do today too. So camera's going off. Thanks for watching. Questions right down here. Practice and enjoy.